Hello, we're here at GAD Lisbon 2016. My name is Moira Gomi. I work with McKinsey & Company, and I'm going to interview Philippe Bernat, the CEO of Lyon Airport in France. Hello, Philippe.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
So your airport has recently been acquired by a group of airport operators and French investors. So can you tell us a little bit about what you think will be changes for Lyon Airport with the new ownership?
So first of all, the acquisition is very recent. It's the closing was at the beginning of the month, and we start working with our new shareholders, and the method is more a collaborative method with the management. They don't give us a business plan to achieve. We will work together to build this business plan for the 10 coming years, of course, and we work together to find where optimization can be found, where we can develop the turnover, of course, everything that could build a very efficient business plan that will match with their targets, of course.
Yeah, because Vinci, they now own a lot of airports, not only in France, but also here, this city where we are now in Lisbon. And of course, they started with the Asian acquisition in Cambodia. And do you think that this fact that they have all this experience, that this will benefit you as having them as shareholders going forward?
Of course, when we have an industrial partner like Vinci, of course, it's a strength for us because we have this positive effect of the network. We have more benchmarking, and we can benefit each other of the respective experience of the other airports.
Do you think that they will bring in people from Vinci into the management team of Lyon, or do you think that they will leave it the way it is?
What I understand is that first of all they told us that they are very confident in the management team which is in place. So it's of course very important for us. And we have to work together on what will be our business plan, our future organization, and then take, of course, a decision when this work has been done. It's a little bit too early in the process to know what will be exactly the details and on the organization, because it will depend of all we have to do in the coming months. Let's say December and January. I think in February we will know roughly where we want to go and how we want to be organized.
Exactly. So for the buyers, clearly, I mean, they started bidding when the airport was already growing, and I understand now that it's growing even faster than when they started the bid process.
Yeah, when we started the bid process, the forecast for the growth was around 4% a year, and we will probably achieve more than 9% at the end of this year, with additional routes and all the efforts on the commercial side are producing positive effects now. So we are very happy of this result, and I think that our shareholders are also happy.
Yeah, exactly. So from your perspective, if you were to think of an outlook for the growth, right, where it's coming from, and what might be the faster areas for growth, what would you say are the key drivers of this growth for Lyon?
In the case of Lyon is located in a very dynamic country for business and also tourism, and we have really the possibility to grow, to accommodate this traffic, and to become progressively the second gateway to France. You know that France is very centralized. In other countries you have major airports, like in Germany you have Frankfurt, Munich, Düsseldorf, Berlin. In France you have Paris and Paris. So it's very difficult for regional airport to reach an important size. But the challenge is there, and really it's part of our vision and our strategy. And this vision is strategy and is fully supported by Vinci and our new shareholders. So really, on top of that, we have additional capacities with the possibility of extension. We have a large piece of land in reserve to be able to grow. And you know that the air traffic in Europe is supposed to grow in the next coming years, and the capacity in Europe are not so
No.
so important. So really, I think that it could be an opportunity for Lyon. And on top of that, we have a very important competitor in the sector, which is Geneva, which is in Switzerland. And Geneva is very constrained in terms of course, of capacity, and so we really can take this as an opportunity for our growth.
Exactly, right. And also the fact that Lyon is becoming also more known, I think, outside of France as a destination for tourism. Do you notice that this is picking up in terms of people coming to Lyon?
Yes, I just take one example, is the opening of the route to Dubai with Emirates. We saw in Lyon more and more tourists from Japan and for Australia. You know, to come from Australia to Lyon, really, it was a nightmare before. Now it's very simple. You fly from Sydney to Dubai and directly from Dubai to Lyon. And we see now Australian tourists in Lyon. It's very new. So it's a sign that if you develop air traffic for a city and for a region, it has a very positive effects, and it puts your city on the map on a worldwide network. So it's really very important.
Exactly. And is it also the case that the city recognizes the value of the airport for the development of the city?
Definitely, yes. We work very closely with the tourism organization of the city and of the region, and we are fully in line on the positive effects of the development of the air traffic for the region, and they are supporting us, of course, and we are really working together every day to promote Lyon as a destination, because to promote your airport as it's nonsense. It's really you don't promote an airport. You promote really the main city and the region which is served by the airport.
I think many airports need to still learn this lesson, right? And they are doing their marketing. So.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about all sort of positive things, but what would you say are also challenges for the airport or for growth in the future?
But our challenge really, there is this French centralization, which is really difficult for us to promote our growth. There also, I think that the liberalization of the market is very important for us. It includes, of course, the traffic rights. We are limited by the traffic rights because the new actors, which are ready to develop Lyon, it's new actors. For example, it's Middle East carriers. That really they want to develop the new routes, but they don't have any traffic rights.
No.
We cannot develop, of course, the traffic in Lyon with national carriers whose strategy is to concentrate their traffic in Paris. It's a nonsense. So really, we need to develop with new actors, and to get these new actors, we need traffic rights. So this liberalization is absolutely necessary to develop an airport like Lyon.
Yeah, and I can imagine that this is also very true for the cargo aspect of the growth.
Absolutely, and the cargo, you know that the cargo is always a route in cargo is always starting with with a belly model of the airlines, and it means that we need to develop long haul flights from Lyon, direct from Lyon, and to put freight in these aircrafts. And it has been the case for Emirates. It's the case for Air Canada, which has opened this year. You know, in what we know of the economic equilibrium on an airline, 15% of the financial equilibrium of the airline could come from the freight for long haul flights. So it's very important.
Makes a difference between choosing whether
Yeah,
or not to open a flight to Lyon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's really interesting in Lyon is that we have a traffic for air freight, which is roughly, I think, 150,000 tons. But only on this tonnage, only 1/3 is taking effectively an aircraft in Lyon. There is 2/3 which is taking a truck, and which is reaching another airport, because we don't have the critical mass in Lyon. So it means that each time we open a long-haul flight in Lyon, they can be sure that they will be successful in filling their aircraft with freight, because the market is there. Now it's a very positive news for airlines. If you come to Lyon with a long-haul flights, you can be sure that your aircraft will be full of freight, because the market is there.
So that's actually a very good thing that the airline should listen to when
Exactly.
they hear this interview, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so to sum up, I think, thank you very much, because you have explained, I think, very clearly that I think the bidders should be very lucky with their success of winning this beautiful airport.
I hope so.
Yes, it seems like there's still room to grow, both
Mhm.
physically as well as economically.
Mhm.
And I think that also for France, it could be very good to have a very strong second economic hub close to Paris, but also close to all these other markets, right? Like, even Switzerland can be served from Lyon.
Exactly.
So again, thank you very much.
Thank you to
And
you.
all the best with your beautiful airport.
Thank you very much.